Let me move my face. Okay. So this is part 2 of food chains and food webs. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, what is a producer? A producer is an autotroph. What does that mean? So what that means is that auto means self, okay? Troph is energy. So it can provide energy for itself. What Ingle are you spewing now? What that means is photosynthesis, friends, or chemosynthesis. So this means that producers are usually plants, okay, or algae. That's a thing. So plants. So you are looking for the green stuff on your food chain or your food web if you're looking for producers, okay? So let's scroll. Let's see if I got a picture. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So down here, marsh vegetation. We've got some, yeah, look, algae. It's like I knew. It's like I knew. Okay. All right. So here we go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm making it pretty. Okay. That would be your producers. Okay. So all these right here are producers because they are producing. Did I spell that right? Producers. Yeah. Because they're producing their own energy. They don't need you. They don't need you. Okay. What else? Let's see her. Herbivores. Okay, so the next natural step is what's going to eat that grass. Okay? And that's going to be our vegetarian friends. I'm not talking about humans who choose to be vegetarians. I'm talking about animals who don't have an option. So, herbivores. I should do that in a different color. We'll do this. Herbivores. Herbivores. So how do you know if they're herbivores? Once again, you can look at their teeth. They don't have canine teeth, usually. If they're herbivores, they have a bunch of grindy teeth, okay, bicuspids. So let's go down. These are our vegetarian friends. All right, so who is only, this is important, who is only eating plants? Let's see here. Snails. Snails are only eating plants. Snails. Voles. Are they eating? No, they're eating snails, so that's not a thing. Herring. No, they're eating animals too. Mosquitoes, nope, they eat things. Grasshopper. Grasshopper. They only eat plants. Anything else I'm missing that only eats plants? Oh, this guy. Snow geese. The snow geese only eat plants. I'm looking. Let's see here. No. Looks like everything is eating. I may have missed one. But I don't think so. Okay, so these are our vegetarian friends. They only eat plants. How do you, okay, so I should stop. Ingle, stop. Okay, so how do you know that they only eat plants? Like how do you read this crazy map? So what you notice is that the arrows are going up, okay? So what that means is that you take this grass and algae and you take it from the food source and you draw the arrow into the belly of what's eating it, okay? So snails, the only thing that they are eating is all this grass. The voles are eating the grass, but they are also eating the snails. See, if an arrow is pointing to you, all the arrows pointing at you, what they're coming from is what you are eating. So like if this were mine, then this would say like wheat down here, and then this would be like cow. And so I would have two arrows. I would have one from the wheat because I ate some bread. And then I would have one from the cow because I ate meat and thus I had spaghetti, right? So I could not be considered an herbivore because I also eat meat. All right, let's go back. What's next? Omnivore. Hey, nope, carnivore. Carnivore's next. Okay, carnivores. These are common as usually predators right? So let's discuss. Carnivores can only eat meat. So let's find the ones that are not eating any grass. They are only eating meat. So it looks to be, according to this situation here, that this marsh hawk, it eats these voles, which are like moles, and then it eats rats. Thanks for that. So that's a carnivore. Let's see here, killer whale. Killer whale, are you? Yep, you're only eating meat, killer whale. You're a carnivore. Carnivore. Bald eagle, what you know? Let's see here. Bald eagle. Yep. Bald eagle. Carnivore. Harbor seal. What you know? What you know? I don't see it eating a plant. Do you guys see it eating a plant? I say that like you can respond to me. Okay. Harbor seal, it's looking like you are pretty carnivore-ish, madam. All right. Nope, not herring because they eat grass. Not voles. Rats. Who are you? What are you doing? Okay. So the rat is not eating any plants. That's interesting. Even though I know for a fact that rats do eat seeds, I cannot rely on prior knowledge and I have to only rely on what's in front of me. So, given this food web alone, I have to say that rats are carnivores, even though in real life that's not true. It's true for what I'm looking at anyway. Okay. Salmon, they eat snails and grasshoppers and they eat mosquitoes. And so, according to this, and not what I know about real life salmon, I have to say that they are carnivores on this food web alone. Okay, so that leaves voles and mosquitoes and herring. So, what on earth are those, friends? Oh, those are omnivores, just like us. So, we are omnivores. How do you know that you are destined to be an omnivore? Check your teeth. You have both canines and bicuspids, right? So you can rip meat apart with your canines, but you can grind it with your bicuspids. Okay, so the herring here. The herring, it's showing you that the vegetation is going into the belly of the herring, but they also eat mosquitoes and grasshoppers. So these are omnivores. And the voles, they eat snails and plant life, so they are omnivores. And this mosquito survives on plants and blood of organisms, so they're omnivores. And there you go. In this particular example, they didn't give you any detritivores, and so we should probably talk about those. Detritivores are usually, let me see, we'll do white. Can we do white? They're usually kind of down here or off to the side, and so it'll say like it'll have like a little doohickey and it'll say worm, and you're like, worm? Why is it over there? And why does it show stuff going into the belly of the worm called detritus? What is detritus? What worms are is they are decomposers. So detritivores, see, detritivores are decomposers, and they feed and break down dead organisms. So bacteria and fungi and worms are going to be your big components here. We're not talking parasites, okay? We're talking stuff that breaks down dead stuff. So worms will only eat you if you are already dead. Yum. Bacteria you have in your gut, they will start to eat you if you stop feeding yourself. They will literally break you down. Fungi is so important. In a forest, if we did not have worms and fungi and bacteria, the leaf litter, the amount of leaves that have fallen off of trees, would never cease. And so it would literally pile above the trees until they could no longer photosynthesize. Isn't that crazy? So things you don't think about is that this fungus among us is breaking down those dead leaves. And so they're really recycling and doing us a great service. So we should be thankful for the detritivores. But they are usually kind of over here to themselves, like, oh, look, bacteria. Anyway, they're probably the second most important of anything on a food web. The primary, well, I'm not going to say primary. The most important thing is that it's balanced, but if you do not have enough plant life to feed people or to feed animals, then you're going to collapse anyway. Okay, so I'm going to stop this for a second, and I will pick back up with a second video on energy.